Hello and welcome to My 11th Circle presents Cricbuzz Live. Well, India versus West Indies, the first T20I in Hyderabad. India won the toss and chose to bowl. And some of the bowlers who bowled for India today possibly don't want to bowl for a very, very long time because that's what West Indies did to them. 207 is what they have scored in 20 overs. You have read that correctly, yes, ladies and gentlemen. Don't rub your eyes no more. The second highest score against India in India, 207. There, of course, was Hetmyer with a half-century. Evan Lewis got them off to a really burning start, 40 of 17. And the captain, Karen Pollard, with 37 of 19. 2 for Chahal. But, of course, none of the bowlers could actually have any returns. And how can you when you go for, well, over 10 and over? Yeah, whoa, that was big. Still have Simon Doull and Joy Bhattacharjya here with me. My God, that was some batting effort.
It was brilliant, wasn't it? A very good all-round performance. We can sit and probably pick apart little things about the Indian bowling attack, but I think
like the line and length, like the fielding, like the changes.
There's some clean hitting. There's some clean hitting though, and
yeah.
That's the thing about this West Indies side. They like to find the boundary, and when they get it right, Evan Lewis is tough to bowl to. We don't see it enough at Mumbai. We haven't seen enough of it. We see it for West Indies against India.
Yeah.
That seems to be the one and only time that we get to see this sort of performance from Evan Lewis. But throughout the board, I think very good performances, finished off really well by Holder and Ramden.
The best way, Joy, to always score in a T20 game is the table of 6. 15 into 6 is 90. That's 2.5 overs get you 90 runs. You're bound to get 200.
Absolutely. And I think what I loved about them was the cleanness of the hitting. The West Indies also like this kind of surface. The ball was coming on. And once the ball comes on, they're naturally good timers of the ball. What I loved again was the fact that everyone got runs. So there's 156, there's 140, 230s. Jason Holder comes with 20 odd in the end.
And these are the partnerships. But that's what helps, right, in T20 cricket. When the other guy is doing the same thing you're doing, it allows you to do more of it. And each of those partnerships, pretty much, at least the big ones, are going at almost two a ball.
Yep. Yeah, brilliant, wasn't it? Lewis and Brandon King. We haven't seen a lot of Brandon King, but there's talk, and I've seen him play in Canada. A couple of years ago, he was in the West Indies A side, or West Indies B side at the time, up in the GT20. So seen a little bit of him. He put in a good performance tonight. And guys that, when you haven't got your top level players there, when you've got guys fighting for positions, that's what brings the best out in them. And that's what's happened tonight with the West Indies. It's not impossible for India. I mean, it's eminently chaseable. There seemed to be quite a lot of dew.
Yeah.
The ball seemed quite wet. The outfield looked quite damp as well. So it's not going to be easy.
And never been a chase this high at this ground before. I mean, records are meant to be broken, but the way the conditions are, you'd have a look at it and go, at 208 seems like a really high mountain. A word on the Indian fielding, though. It was just, I don't know, was it dew? Was it, some was just poor efforts?
I think it was a substandard performance, which happens one of those days. And nobody, from the keeper to the boundary riders, nobody was good. One particular thing, I think somewhere for the first time I was seeing Rohit consistently as a boundary rider in the outfield, and that too in long on, long off, mid-wicket, which are the crucial boundaries. And I was wondering that, I mean, Rohit's not the most athletic. He did, other than that one drop catch, he did a pretty decent job. But are we missing boundary riders? And these are things when T20 sides are very, very honed into. You need 4 solid boundary riders. This entire circle has to have 4 really good boundary riders. And I think we were missing a couple today.
Yeah, when you look at that side, who are they? The best fielder in the team, Jadeja.
Yeah. There's Jadeja, there's Virat.
Virat is very close to it. Outside of that, I mean, Deepak Chahar had a couple of moments tonight. Washington Sundar.
Sundar's normally a decent fielder.
He's normally quite good.
I mean, there's Manish Pandey, but he doesn't make it.
Manish is not
here.
here.
He's not there. Shreyas Iyer, we didn't even see him in the field tonight. I didn't see much mention of KL Rahul.
Yeah, Rahul and Shreyas both seem sort of not. And you would think they're younger guys. They would have gun arms. They'd be more in the outfield. I mean, Rohit did a decent job other than that one ball that went through him. But is he supposed to be riding the boundary? Is he the kind of player who should be riding the boundary field?
Well, I'll tell you why the ball was near Rohit Sharma so much. Mumbai's dropped a lot of players in the IPL. You got to impress the captain of the winning team, man. The defending champions. You got to just make him run around. And he goes, this guy's good.
I like your theory. I'll run with it. I'll take it.
Conspiracy theory, man. I have a lot of them. We'll come out with them, of course. Let's have a look at the India batting now. 208 is what they have to chase. It's a 3-match series. So to go 1-0 up, to put themselves in a good position, there you go. We of course have the usual suspects, but you got to get the runs at the top.
Yeah, you've got to start really well. You can't afford to be 2 down, 3 down inside the first 8, 9 overs. So it's all about Rohit Sharma, KL and Virat, but he won't want to be batting anywhere earlier than about the 5th, 6th, 7th over if possible. If they can get off to a great start, get some confidence, put this West Indies side under a little bit of pressure, then they're a chance. And as I say, with the dew, it's not easy for the spinners to hold on to the ball. It's not easy for the slower balls to be as effective.
Yeah.
And it's difficult in the field. So you don't... I always like to judge a surface after both sides have played on it rather than going too much one way or too much the other way.
Fair enough. Let's have a look at the bowling that the West Indies will be coming at to India. We'll have a look at their team. And they'll also be will they try to take the pace off the ball a little bit? What will they try to do? There you go.
I mean, I think, look, they will attack up front. Jason Holder, Cottrell. Holder, I think, may come in as first change. I'd be interested in seeing what Hayden Walsh does, given that this surface, gripping the ball will be a little bit tough for him.
Yeah,
the spinners might struggle.
He and Kyrie Pierre are going to find it a little bit tough, I think. Kesrick Williams, a lot of slower balls. So that's not easy for him as well to control those slow balls if the ball is getting a little bit damp and a little bit wet. It's all about India putting this West Indies side under some pressure.
Also remember, they're really a 5-bowler attack. And Pollard hasn't bowled for the longest time now. Pollard is no longer...
He's reluctant, isn't he?
Yeah, he just doesn't want to bowl anymore.
Yeah.
So if he's not bowling, anyone is under the pump, they don't have a 6th bowler really to go to.
Yeah, you think he'll do it? You think he'll bowl 1 over perhaps? Say, in case Rohit gets going, he's like, there's my old pal.
I think the word he uses, right, is reluctant.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Look, he has bowled. He's bowled a little bit. Saw him bowl a little bit in Canada earlier this year. It's not something he enjoys doing so much anymore. And I think everything hurts when he bowls. I think everything hurts.
He's a good boundary rider, though. We were talking about boundary riders.
Yeah, brilliant.
He's a brilliant boundary rider.
They got some good men there. Jason Holder has got a terrific pair of hands.
Yeah.
Shimron Hetmyer, wonderful fielder. So you look out for these young kids.
Brandon King.
Brandon King, very good as well. Obviously, Puran's not there, but there's others. Fabian Allen's a brilliant fielder when he gets an opportunity. So they've got some terrifically athletic fielders in their side if given the opportunities.
Okay, gents, can India do it? Can India do it? And if India does, I'll ask you a simple question. Where does India need to be at the end of the power play in order to give themselves a fair chance? This will also be your expert couch prediction. Your My 11 Circle expert couch didn't come out because I said 182 and they were laughing at me saying you're being too bullish. You're almost being foolish, young man. But when you got a pretty face, nobody listens to your wisdom.
Between 50 and 65 for 1 at the power play is good enough.
Is good enough. Okay.
I'd take even 45 if it's 1 wicket or less.
Okay.
I think the crucial thing is wickets in hand, because Indian, we have the batting, we have the firepower. It's a question of just having wickets in hand, no early wickets, no early panics, because somebody like a Rohit, if he gets going, he can do it in any surface.
Okay, so that's what you say India needs to be. What will India be at the end of 6 overs? This is the prediction that you have to give. What's India going to be?
That's what they're going to be for mine. I think they're going to be 57, 58.
57 for no loss. We'll just give the runs. That's fine.
Okay.
57. What do you say?
52.
52.
I do think, though, on the way over, on the plane, my crystal ball might have had a little crack in it.
I think it did.
Might have just cracked a little bit.
And given that I was...
in the plane.
Drop it in a bowl of risotto.
Yeah.
You know what?
Should have dropped it in Washington.
I think I'm going to go with 62. Because that's the number of runs by which I was wrong in the first prediction.
Oh, well done.
I was wrong by 62 runs.
Very good, I like it.
I'm going to say 65 then. So we're jam-packed.
Yeah, 57.
We've got a 5-run margin, which 58, 62, 65. That's what India's going to be at the end of the power play. We hope it is, because we all want to see matches that aren't one-sided, and you don't want to see a one-sided game. Remember 3 years ago at Fort Lauderdale, when West Indies scored about 240, India almost got there, right? It was 246. So, don't rule it out, right?
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Don't rule it out.
They've got the firepower to do it. They've got the batting ability. And as I say, any side that gets put under pressure in that first 5-6 overs can be tough.
Okay. Has anybody got the joy factor question correct after you showed it the first time, before the game? I don't think anyone has. Should we show it again?
I'm happy to show it again.
Let's show it again. Come on. Let's bring it up. 'cause
Show it
this
again.
is a very
Sam,
interesting
for old time's
question.
sake. So, who has the highest T20 international score playing on home ground in India? So, I'm not saying, okay, I'm just saying playing on home ground in India. I won't say anymore.
Don't say anything.
Which batsman?
Don't say anything. Just which batsman.
Think about it.
Pretty easy, man.
Read the question.
Pretty easy. Hashtag Cricbuzz Live on Twitter. Send us your answers there. Crick Rohit, you have been disqualified from taking part today because it is a Friday. And just my rules. My house, my rules. Hashtag. Gotta get out of here. We'll see you at the end of the 10th over with Cricbuzz Combox. Thank you so much for watching. My 11th Circle presents Cricbuzz Live.